Audie Murphy, one of America's most decorated war heroes and later a beloved Hollywood actor, lived a life that seemed larger than fiction. He rose from poverty in rural Texas to become a symbol of bravery during World War II, earning every major U.S. combat award for valor. Later, his transition into acting gave the world a new kind of hero, one who brought authenticity and grit to the screen. Yet, not everyone who knew Audie Murphy admired him. In fact, one man harbored such intense feelings toward him that he openly despised the war hero. And now, after years of whispers and speculation, the reason has finally been revealed. To understand this deep resentment, one has to look beyond Murphy's public image of valor and charm. Audie's real life was far more complicated. The horrors of war left him with emotional scars that never fully healed. He suffered from severe post-traumatic stress disorder at a time when mental health was rarely discussed. He battled nightmares, insomnia, and fits of anger, which often made relationships difficult. While the public adored him, those close to him sometimes found him unpredictable. For the man who despised him, these flaws overshadowed Murphy's achievements, and it planted the seeds of bitterness that grew over time. Hollywood, too, played a role in fueling the animosity. Audie Murphy's celebrity status skyrocketed after the release of To Hell and Back, a film based on his own wartime memoir in which he starred as himself. The movie's success made him not just a war hero, but also a bona fide movie star. While many celebrated his authenticity, there were peers in the industry who resented his rapid rise. Some felt he was given opportunities they had worked years to earn simply because of his war record. The man who came to despise him was among those who believed Murphy's fame was undeserved, a product of publicity rather than talent. But jealousy alone wasn't the only reason. The real root of the hatred lay in a personal encounter, one that had been kept under wraps for decades. Behind closed doors, Murphy's battle with PTSD sometimes made him blunt and short-tempered. In one infamous confrontation, he reportedly humiliated this man in front of others, dismissing his contributions and belittling his career. For someone already insecure in the shadow of Murphy's larger-than-life image, this was the breaking point. The wound festered, turning into a lasting bitterness that would define how he spoke about Murphy for years to come. The tragedy of it all is that Audie Murphy never set out to create enemies. His life was marked by hardship and inner conflict, and those who truly understood him recognized that his temper was often a mask for pain. He carried the weight of fallen comrades, the trauma of endless battles, and the pressure of living up to a heroic image the world expected him to maintain. In many ways, his harshest critics failed to see the man behind the legend, a man who was just trying to survive. Now, with the truth revealed, the story of this animosity becomes clearer. The man who despised Audie Murphy wasn't reacting to the war hero alone. He was reacting to his own insecurities, his jealousy, and the sting of being publicly shamed. Murphy's flaws were real, but so were his struggles, and to reduce his legacy to the bitterness of one rival is unfair. Audie Murphy remains a towering figure of courage and resilience, while the hatred directed at him says more about the one who despised him than it does about Murphy himself.